Welcome back to Viewer's Voice. For this episode, I'm going to speak about progression over perfection, as it's such a simple concept. Yet a lot of people are seeing it backwards. As a lot of people either don't respect and appreciate how much progress they make, and all they're looking forward to is achieving that perfect whatever it may be in such a fast fashion. So what I mean by that is, let's say I want to work towards a goal, and I'm doing a lot of work. It's taking a lot of time, but in that whole time period, I'm making progress. Not once am I quitting on what I'm doing, not once am I stopping what I'm doing. I'm just progressing and progressing and progressing. And let's say maybe I'm only 13% way there, meaning I'm left with 87% more to cover over however long. It's important to appreciate those steps. It's important to appreciate what you're doing in that time period and understand that you're still putting in work. Nobody says that you have to be there immediately, as a lot of things have different time periods and a lot of different, milestones. And you have to learn to appreciate each milestone you reach. Simply 1% of the milestone, 1.1% of the milestone. It's just a matter of appreciating each step and appreciating how much progress you really put in. And understand that each step is very important. You're not stepping backwards and you're not stepping still. Or you're not staying still. Therefore, appreciate the work that you're putting in. You're still progressing, you're still moving. You don't have to be at 100% right away. And you probably wouldn't want to be there either. Because as much as you would probably love to reap the benefits of being fulfilled and what you were trying to strive to gain, you no longer put in the work to be there as much as you would have probably wanted to, or at least experienced it and enjoyed it. Because I know, like, if I'm working to achieve perfection and I finally get it, I'll probably appreciate just how much of the progress I made and how much work I had to do in order to achieve it, because of how much it taught me. Whereas if I would just woke up the next day and immediately I'm met with 100% perfection, don't gotta do anything else. Now it's like, okay, cool, great. I appreciate where I'm at currently. I appreciate the things that I wanted to get so badly and really work towards. However, I didn't have to do a lot of work. Therefore, it's like I can't appreciate it as much, because I would have loved to make it feel like I deserved it, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying I shouldn't deserve it by any means by putting in less work than this person or getting it faster than this person. But it's just a matter of appreciating the steps along the way. And appreciating that as long as you're putting in work, you're doing good. Because a lot of people will look at their progress and immediately get discouraged. Maybe they feel like they put in so much work, or to see 2% progress, and it's like, oh man, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm going to give up. You don't want to do that. Because if you give up, you're never going to reach 100%. However, you just made 2% off of what? A day? 2 days? That may not be the best number, but you're getting there. Meaning within 100 or 200 days, you'll be where you want to be. It's just a matter of dedication and really being passionate about what you want to work towards. A lot of people will give up on that passion quickly because they see that they're not, or at least they quote unquote see that they're not doing anything. Because obviously in life, we're not just displayed a progression bar above our heads that just let us know where we are currently at. We have to dictate our own progression and appreciate that. I know where I'm at currently with whatever I want to do. I'm not even halfway there probably, or maybe I am. Maybe the first half of getting there was simply putting my foot up. Now all I gotta do is walk the rest of the way. But this is a matter of how you view it, because I could view that I'm already halfway there, or I could view that I'm only 5% there and have a lot more work to do, or maybe I could view myself as 100% of the way there, right? And now I set a completely new goal that I now have to reach. Because you could do that. Like I said, there are milestones. So if you reach the first milestone, you're 100% of the way there to the first milestone, right? But you may only be halfway there to the next milestone, maybe a third of the way to the third milestone, only a quarter of the way to the fourth milestone. But it's just a matter of how you see it and how you view it that's important. And allowing yourself to see it in a very optimistic and beneficial way. You don't want to discourage yourself by being like, oh man, I gotta get there and I'm not even close to being there yet. If that's the case, if you feel like your goal is so far away to reach, like I said, set up those milestones. Don't discourage yourself by thinking I gotta make this massive jump from where I'm at currently to all the way to where I want to be in the next however long. Cause that's not gonna happen, and that's gonna make it a lot harder to attain that goal. Thinking that I gotta be there by tomorrow. No, where you could be tomorrow is the next milestone, or at the next progression. If you start at 1% today, you could be at 2% tomorrow. That's great progress. Or if your milestone is 5%, and you realize that you're going 1% every day, within 5 days, you'll reach that first milestone, and guess what? You'll be 100% away to that first milestone. You'll have 100% reached that first goal, and now you can set the next milestone be 10%. Next 5 days, I reach this milestone, 100% away to the second milestone, and guess what? A tenth of the way to the main goal. But it's a matter of setting yourself up and setting your mind up in a way that you don't discourage yourself and you don't stop trying, and that you don't just give up right away, because it's all progress at the end of the day. We cannot be perfect no matter what. It's not an easy thing to do, but you can see perfection in a lot of different things. I can see pure perfection being where I'm at currently. As I'm putting in the work, I'm staying dedicated, I'm staying on task, I'm being focused. That's a perfect, place to be currently. Now overall, I may not be in the best place and it may not be perfect. I know there's a lot of things I'm still missing. But hey, I don't want to discourage myself by thinking of the broader picture. I want to zoom in a little bit and appreciate what I've done. Or even if I need a little more confidence, a little more of a boost, a little push to keep going, look back on the progress I made. Even if it wasn't that much. Even if I'm only at like 8% right now, guess what? There's 700 percentages right behind me that I made, that I wouldn't have made if I let myself be discouraged and not want to even put my foot out there to begin with. And if I try looking too far ahead to the future, looking at 92% I have to make the next, now it's like, will I even make that? Right? But if I look at it like this, reach that 10% right there, right ahead of me, that's only 2 more percent. I could do that. Then from there, next milestone. So it's just a matter of, knowing how you operate, knowing how you work, knowing what pretty much benefits you to wanting to keep working and to stay on that, do that. Because like I said, you have to appreciate the progress that you make over trying to appreciate the perfection of being there. Because perfection is not something that's easily attainable. And like I said, it may not always be attainable. You may be stuck at it 99%. And there's nothing that you can do about it. You may never reach that 400%. But the fact that you got there, the fact that you got close, is what's important, is what matters. Because you would have never got there, let alone ever get close, had you had the idea in your head that I can't do it. If you could think I can't do it, oh, it's so far away, I can't reach that, how am I ever going to get there? You won't. Because you're not allowing yourself to think optimistically and be like, it's doable. It's doable. Now, sometimes it backtracks. Sometimes you may realize midway through that it isn't for you, or that you just simply can't progress anymore. And that's a hard pill to swallow, and it happens. It happens. But one thing that you doubt that you could never say, and anyone else could never say, that you didn't try. You may never have succeeded in this, but you can never say that you didn't try. So it's like, if at one point I set my eyes, my sights on being pro at like a sport, and I realized like 20% of the way there, I can't do this. My like max progression capacity is only like 28%. I can not possibly make it for the other 72. I can't do that. Now it's like I realized, okay, I gotta set my eyes on something else that I could probably accomplish and probably finish. At the very minimum, I tried doing the other thing. I couldn't finish it. It required a lot more from me, but I at least tried. And now I have a new goal where I can work towards, and I can guarantee myself that I'm gonna make it. Now I'm not saying I couldn't have made the first one, but sometimes it's a matter of like, also knowing, is it really worth it? Is it gonna benefit me? Is it gonna do what it has to do for me in the first place? It's just a matter of taking everything with a grain of salt, but not being too harsh on yourself. You can't be too harsh on yourself to where you get discouraged easily, but you also can't be too optimistic to where you fool yourself into believing that everything's gonna work out your way. It's a matter of balance. It's a matter of understanding that certain things happen, certain things change, and certain things may not go your way. But like I said, people can never say you didn't try as long as you do. As long as you put yourself out there and try to be in a situation where you can prevail, then people can never say that you didn't do that. You can never say that you didn't do it yourself. And you can even be proud of yourself when you do reach that perfection because, like I said, you wouldn't have did it if you kept discouraging yourself. And a lot of people discourage themselves completely out of that path to where they would never reach it because they didn't have faith and they didn't believe in the work that they could accomplish. But I'm going to say that's going to go off for this video. I appreciate each and every one of you for listening. I'll see you guys in the next one.